Hello everyone. Today I have something a little different to share with you guys. Today I am going to plug a tire. So this tire was on my daughter's car and she ran over this screw and it got embedded in the tire. Now I don't know how big the hole or tear is going to be once I get in there. I may not even be able to plug it, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to try and film it along the way just to show you guys how to use a tire plug kit. If this hole is small enough and looks like it's okay, I'm going to plug it with a tire plug kit and make a quick video on how to plug a tire. So stay tuned and we're going to try and walk through that right now. So when I talk about a tire plug kit, there's a couple different kinds I've seen on the market. This is the one we're going to use today, but all of them have similar materials inside, and I'm going to show what we're talking about. So this would be the plug. It's actually like a corded, thick, rubberized piece that's going to end up, this is the actual plug being shoved down in the hole inside the tire with this tool. This is the plug tool. You're going to slide that rubberized thing in between these two notches so half is sticking out on each side. You're going to place it over the hole so that the pointed tongs go down into it. You're going to push in and twist and then pull it out. Okay? We'll get to that in a minute. There's rubber cement, which some people will use and some people won't. This is actually designed for putting patches on the inside of the tire. But back when I was an auto mechanic 30 years ago, we always made sure we put some rubber cement on the outside of the plug before we put it in, because it helped galvanize, supposedly, helped galvanize the rubber of the tire to the plug, and it also helps lubricate the hole so that the tool and everything gets slid in there much better. So the first thing you want to do before you do anything is fill the tire back up with air, maybe even more than what the sidewall says. So if the sidewall says max air pressure 35 or 40 psi, you want to go to the max air pressure, because this item is leaking. There's air coming out right now as we speak, and you want to have plenty of air pressure in there, because what's happening is the object, whether it's a screw or nail or some other foreign object, has punctured the outside of the tire, but it is also plugging the tire. It is holding the air in to a certain degree. So as soon as you pull this out or unscrew it or whatever you're going to do, air is going to come rushing out of the hole. Right now it's blocking the air from coming out. So what you try to do is quickly pull it out and push your plug in as fast as you can, which is what I'm going to do in a minute. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. You want to get everything ready before you pull this out, and you want to be in a good position for sliding your plug in, which in this case, I actually think it's going to be better if I do it about right here. Pull this thing out and slide the plug in as fast as I can. Now I'm going to get my items ready and I'll be right back. So this is what the tool looks like as you start the plug into the slot. It can be a little tight, it can be a little hard, but you're going to want to work the end through and then pull this through till it's about halfway. Okay? It may or may not happen quickly on camera, we'll see. I'm doing this in real time. Okay, so I've got this pulled through the tool, and I've got my rubber cement ready, and I'm going to put a little rubber cement on the plug prior to pulling this out, because as soon as I pull this out, I want to get on it and push it in and twist and pull out. Now, if this had a smaller object inside it, I would take this reaming tool and I would ream inside the hole. Now, I may end up still doing that. If I pull this out and it's a tiny little skinny thing, then I may end up reaming it, but it looks like this screw is big enough so that it's got a big hole already, and I don't actually want to make it bigger. But we'll know that in a minute. So first thing I'm going to do It's pretty runny stuff. sort of like a really loose glue. If a little bit spills around, I don't really care. So here it is. Once I pull this out, I'm going to slide this into the hole and then push down and twist and leave hopefully a little piece sticking out of the top. And hopefully, with the angle we're at here, there you go. It would have gone in a little looser if I had reamed it, but I got it in the hole. Now I'm going to twist this way and then pull. Now this plug is left in there in the hole, as you can see. I'm going to let that dry for a minute, and I am going to go get a razor blade so I can cut this off even. Now the reality is, a plug like this is more of an emergency thing. You know, it'll get you through till you can get a new tire, especially if your tires are older. But I don't recommend leaving a plug like this in there for, you know, 6, 10, 15,000 miles. I really don't. I've seen them re-leak again later, even when I was a professional mechanic. So a lot of tire places nowadays, they'll only put a plug in certain places, because inside here in the steel belts, if there's a hole in it and then you go shove this thing through there, it's really not the best. But for us at home with a flat tire and needing to get to a shop or continue on a quick trip somewhere until you can get new tires, it works just fine. Okay, so here's the screw that was in our tire. And there's the plug. After you make sure that your tire has enough air in it, then get yourself a razor blade or something to cut this off. You want to cut it back flat, as close to the tread as you can. It will wear down and mush and galvanize a little bit into the tire, but you don't want a big lump sticking out either. This hole was sort of at a funky angle, so I had to kind of get in there at an angle and push and pull around a little bit, but I'm just going to cut it off somewhat even with the top of the tire. There will definitely be a bump there when we're done, but like I said, it's more of an emergency fix than a long-term thing, in my opinion. And that's it. That is how it's done. Now I'm going to go put this back on the car, and I will check the air in this tire tomorrow, and then I'll check it again in a couple days. Right now it has 32 pounds per square inch, and it's really cold out and about to snow. So I'll know if it's leaking in a day or two if it keeps going down. I hope this helps somebody know how to plug their own tire. Be very careful. Don't do anything that you're not comfortable with. And always follow basic rules of safety when jacking up a car or doing anything like that. Nobody wants to get crushed, hurt, or killed because they wouldn't go spend 50 bucks at the garage. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.